Shoulder injury might be a thing of the past. Did you have any pain in that today? Did you feel pretty good?
I wasn't really thinking about it. I was going out there doing the best I can, but it did feel pretty good.
Anthony Marshall, how determined were you guys to wipe away what happened in the last regular season game?
Very determined. You could just see from the start of our game, our focus, our intensity, and it all started with defense. Fortunate to have 15 turnovers that allowed us to get on in transition and make some easy shots, the layups, extra passes and stuff like that. So that kind of keyed our offense just by us playing great defense.
Anthony Marshall, how much do you think it changed things, or what were you thinking when Michael Lyons left the game?
Of course they're better with him, but they're still a tough team, no doubt. So we just tried to go out there and execute the game plan that our coaching staff put together for us, and they did a great job of scouting on the scout report. So that allowed us to change up the way we wanted to guard them, and it was effective.
Mike, the first time you and Anthony Bennett started together since January, how did you feel like your chemistry was on the court, and do you think you were more effective on the fast break today?
Oh yeah, no, definitely more effective. When Coach said we were starting together, we both had big smiles on our face. We love playing together, and it's always easy just because we got such a good chemistry, and I feel like that's what really helped us get us going.
Anthony, Keller Lyle with Fort Collins, Colorado, and I just wanted to ask you, a lot's always made about you guys playing this at home. They change the court, they do a lot of other things, put you in a different locker room, but is there still a comfort level to just sleeping in your own bed, playing in Las Vegas with your own fans there?
I really don't look at it as an advantage, because fans from all over the conference come out. So we have fans here, they have fans here, so it's really not an advantage. We just have the luxury of being able to sleep in our own beds. That's about it.
Probably for the three players, can you just talk about, you mentioned, Anthony, you mentioned that you kind of changed up some defense and did some things differently. Can you be a little bit more specific, maybe for all three, just defensively, what you guys did to lock them down?
Our coaching staff, they put together a terrific scout report. They got us a couple times with back doors in the first couple games, and they also did it tonight, just the way their offense is set up, and stuff like that going to happen. So we just tried to get our body in between them and the goal so they couldn't get no easy shots, and just try to make them make tough shots over us. And we guarded the flares pretty different. We just wanted to chase them over instead of, letting them slip the screens and stuff like that. So the scout report was a credit to our coaching staff.
Yeah, no, definitely. Coach Hutt, kind of manned the scouting report this week, and he just made us be really aggressive on defense. We were able to switch five, which put Kim in good positions to block shots, and it was just really easy to stay in front of guys and kind of disrupt what they do.
Just being physical, on the back cuts, and just hit them, so they don't have the open lane, and just hover hand on defense.
Anthony Bennett, can you talk about your second half? You scored 19 points. What was said at halftime, and just your mindset to open up the second half of that run?
Just rebound and play as a team. I credit my teammates for giving me the ball. In the first half, I was trying to look out for everybody, just kick it out in the post. So I think in the second half, they kind of laid back on me, so I just took advantage.
Anthony Bennett, just last year you're Finley Prep, you're watching this thing on TV, or you're here at the Thomas & Mack. Now you're playing in this tournament. Just a few thoughts on that.
It's crazy. It's a dream come true. All throughout my high school career, just watching the tournaments and stuff. It's a great feeling, and now that I'm here, I just gotta make the best of it.
First of all, we were very concerned coming into this game. Tremendous respect for Coach Filipovich and for Air Force. They got us pretty good in Clune Arena when we played back in February. They run their offense so efficiently. They've got 5 seniors. They start 4 seniors, and we had a hard time getting them stopped. And so certainly coming off our performance on Saturday, we'd come into that game having won 5 in a row and 6 out of 7, and we just didn't play the way we've been playing. We were a determined group, practiced extremely well. A lot of that credit goes to these 3 guys that are sitting up here, their focus in practice the last couple days, and felt like we guarded Air Force as well as we could. And you look at the numbers, and they still shot 42% from the floor, and they made 11 threes. But we were efficient, we shared the ball. One of the big keys for us down the stretch was why we played very, very well, other than the Fresno State game, is that we value the ball. And that's the fourth game in a row that we've had between 9 and 10 turnovers, and that's a huge deal. So for us to get 18 assists and 9 turnovers, that's always the first number that I look at. We got low post touches. Anthony Bennett got us going, and then we challenged our guys defensively, and we did a very good job on air against the Falcons. But again, credit goes to our coaching staff for a terrific game plan. We actually played their flares differently than we played them the first 2 times, and our guys picked that up, and we communicated and talked, and that was a huge key for us. So terrific win for us. So much credit to Air Force and the job they do. Certainly, Michael Lyons is a fantastic player, very deserving of being first-team all-conference. Air Force is without question better with Mike than without him, and yet that's part of the game. So we hope his health is okay. We have all the respect and work for them, but it's a great team victory for us, and these guys deserve all the credit for that. With staying together as a team, and now we get to move on and play on Friday, so we're excited about that.
Well, obviously it wasn't the game that we anticipated or prepped for. When you lose 2 key components of your starting group, you know, Mike Lyons in the first minute of the game, 2 minutes of the game, and then Taylor Brookheist, so we had to make some adjustments on the fly. But really feel bad for Mike because he's worked so hard to put our team in position to play today and do what he's done, and then not to be able to compete. That's a tough thing, and also with Taylor. So it took us a while there. As you guys probably wondered, we weren't going to score again. I think it was about a 10-minute drop. To regroup, play without 2 key components on the floor and see where we're at. We had some looks we didn't get. We got out of character a little bit. We didn't get some back cuts as we normally do. They were very physical on the cuts and did an outstanding job. Let's give credit to UNLV. They were really good today. So I'm very proud of our young men, and hopefully this is not our last game, that we'll continue to play somewhere. You know, Mike has been the lead scorer in the conference overall games, and Mike, as he goes, we go. We feed off his scoring ability. But also, I think we were in a position there for a few minutes where just, where's he at? You know, our eyes were wide open. Okay, where's he at? And it took us a while to adjust. And their defensive pressure at that time, our inability to regroup quickly and get some scores really hurt us and set us back, and they were able to maintain that.
And what happened to Taylor?
Taylor got hit in the head a few times. He was bleeding from the chin. He went out first to stop the bleeding, and then came back and he got hit. So he was a little woozy.
It really is frustrating, and like Coach said, it's something you can't really expect, you know, when you're coming into a game. We've been pretty fortunate all year with not having many injuries. So I remember my first 3 years here, we had injuries every year that really set us back. But this year we were strong, and you know, we were confident coming into this game, so it was very disappointing.
And can you explain what UNLV was doing defensively early? You guys at one point had 12 turnovers and 12 field goal attempts. Was it just they were able to get their hands in passing lanes?
Well, they understood that we get a lot of our offense off back cuts, and we get a lot of our energy off back cuts. So they did a lot of emphasis on being physical with us and trying to stand us up while we're cutting back door. They did a great job.
And Kyle, what's going through your head when you're at the scorer's table and seeing Mike on the floor? Did you expect he'd be out for the whole game?
No, I mean, when he went down, we expect Mike to come back. He's a tough kid. It hurts that he went down. Right now we're just hoping he could, come back. And right now, our number one priority is making sure he's okay. It's frustrating to see him, get hurt, but we know he'll be okay.
Did either of you talk to him in the locker room afterwards?
Just briefly, just saying sorry, man. Hope you're getting better.
He's okay. He's fine.
It's fine.